In this video, we are going to see very basic usage of Mistral AI. Let's say the most simple usage that you can have when it comes to Matomo. For this, I'm going to use the user interface of Mistral AI named Le Chat, which is probably as I said, the easiest way to get started with Mistral. So I won't go into the technique yet about how to install it locally. But let's use the basic service, which can be comparable, let's say, to ChatGPT, or at least to what the big audience know about ChatGPT. So when you connect for the first time with on Mistral, you get access to console.mistral.ai, and then you get something named Le Chat over here. And then you can go and create. So for the sake of this video, I already make the example. So typically you can go within Matomo Analytics, make a copy and paste and put the data there and say who is the best. So here on purpose, I put it general. And then Mistral AI is going to make the analysis and going to tell you who is the best. So once more here, it really depends of the prompt that you're going to use. So of course, the more your prompt is specific, then as a result, the more the answer will be specific. Next example, you can use it in order to get some pieces of advice about how to track a given URL. So to say, instead of going within the Matomo URL builder, you can just say, hey, I have a URL and it needs to be tracked what this URL will look like, and then it's going to give you results. Here the results really depend as well of your knowledge about Matomo. Keep in mind that artificial intelligence is an assistant, so it's as smart as the database it's using in order to be smart. And of course, if the database is not accurate or up to date, you may have to double check the output. So typically here it's using PK parameter, which is still correct, but normally nowadays we are using MTM parameter. So this part is still correct. You can use it in order to answer to some of your clients. Typically here, a client is asking me how to get information grouped under others within the page report in Matomo. The client is French, so please write me the answer in French. And here, as you can see, it's writing in French. Unfortunately, the answer that it's giving is just so-so, right? So typically, this is where once more you need your expertise of Matomo. Here I asked again about can you be more specific? And in fact, the answer is still not correct. So here, there's no secret. If the knowledge base is not good, then the results not going to be good. So you always need to double check it. Next one, I asked, write me a measurement plan that I can easily copy and paste within a CSV file. And as you can see here, it's going to provide me with the file that I can, with the output that I can easily copy and paste within an Excel file because they are all separated by commas. Next one, give me some goals in English for a basic insurance quote website, same thing, I want to be able to copy and paste it. So here, as you can see, it's still remembering that I'm using, that there is some French before, even here I'm asking for English. So that's a bit of a drawback, but as you can see from the answer, I mean, it's written in French, but what it said, it's interesting, or at least giving added value, and as well indicated the targets, so which is interesting because that's the kind of thing that we tend to forget when we define goals for the first time. Next, write me in English a GitHub issue for a problem I discovered within Matomo. In fact, when there are special characters used within the URL, the filter does not work. And here, as you can see, it's writing me the GitHub issue properly. And then I can ask, okay, but please write it in Markdown because that's typically what GitHub is about. And then I get the issue written in Markdown. Another example here, if I want to add annotation for important events such as Christmas or other events, my ID site is one, my instance is demo.matomo.cloud, and this is my token node. As you can see here, it's able to provide me with the API request. I'm not 100% sure if that's correct, but if I look at it, yeah, it seems okay. I didn't try it out, but it seems okay. Let's see what are the next annotation that it creates. New Year's Day, Valentine. So the date of, okay, so this is correct. I would have expected him to put it as a bulk request in order to send all the files straight away, but this technique is still correct. Turn me this report as a table and add me an additional column. So here I just send the data that I want. I ask it to turn it as a table by adding me an additional column named mathematics, in which you make the sum of this one and this one. And as you can see, it's able to make it. So as you can see, exactly the same usage as with ChatGPT. With Mistral AI, you can go in the user interface and you are able to ask almost the same query, and always the same drawback. You need to double check what is the output.